Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin, bringing you Week 4 picks of the NFL 2016 season. Week 3, I went 9-7. Some teams that really let me down: Steelers, Panthers, Cardinals, and the Jets really let me down. It wasn't the fact that they lost. It's any given Sunday, anyone can beat someone. It was the way they lost. All of them, the Panthers' offense looked terrible. If you haven't seen my video, I pretty much talked about their whole game and a lot of the issues with that Panthers team. Albeit still very early in the season, things can turn around, but you see problems. The Cardinals struggles. They got blown out. Also, you add in the Jets. Fitzpatrick, I believe, got 6 picks. He was terrible. Then you throw in the Steelers, who only managed to score 3 points while giving up 34 to an Eagles team that came out of nowhere for a lot of people. Let's be real. But anyway, I'm going to get through these picks. If there is an injury that I really want to talk about, I'm going to mention it. But I'm going to try to go through the picks a little bit quicker. The teams with buys are the Eagles and Packers, so they're only going to be 15 games this week. Sunday, this game is about to start. It's going to be in London. The Colts play the Jaguars. I'm going to take the Colts in that one. Just checking the injury report. Philip Dorsett, ankle. Denzel. Fuck that. I'm just going to do the picks and, just give my reason why I'm picking the teams. I'm going to pick the Colts in this game that's going to be in London, which I forgot about. So this video may come up after. But know that I don't know why I usually pick the Colts, even though they've been a letdown the last 2 seasons. That's just being real. The 1:00 game, Tennessee Titans head to Houston, play the Texans. Houston got destroyed by the Patriots, but it is the Patriots. Give me the Texans in a division game. So we got back-to-back division games. Next game, the Cleveland Browns head to Washington, play Redskins. Would have been a return to Washington for RG3, but as you know, he got hurt in the first game, and the Browns suck. Redskins pulled off a really, with the last-second turnover, but I thought Kirk Cousins looked a little better defensively. Like I said, they were able to get turnovers. They still gave up a bunch of yards, but they were able to get turnovers, and the turnover essentially sealed the game, as Eli does by going colorblind and throwing to the wrong team. I'm gonna go with the Redskins in that one. Next game, 1:00 game, could be a good game, but Fitzpatrick is the quarterback. The Seattle Seahawks head to New York, play the Jets. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I think Fitzpatrick, they probably thinking about benching him, but who are they gonna put in? They're gonna just chalk it up to a really, really bad game. I like the Seahawks. Next game, the Buffalo Bills, who just got done the week before dismantling the Arizona Cardinals. LaShawn McCoy was running all over them. Head to New England to play the Patriots, where the Patriots don't lose much. Give me the Patriots. Still no Tom Brady. Doesn't matter. They've been winning without him. They beat a Houston Texans team who at the time didn't lose a game yet. They were 2-0. They beat a talented Arizona Cardinals team. I'm taking the Patriots. Next game, the Carolina Panthers head to Atlanta to play the Falcons. I feel as though this is a must-win for Carolina, seeing as the Falcons now lead the division 2-1. This is the way Carolina gets this, they're going to take the lead back. And the Falcons were able to put 45 points up on the Saints. They're not saying much because the Saints just give up a lot of points. Defense is not good. I'm going to pick the Panthers, as you know. Next game, the Oakland Raiders head to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Ravens are 3-0. They haven't really played anyone. They almost lost to Jacksonville. But I'm still going to pick the Ravens. The Raiders' defense has not been good this year. Despite them, they have talent, they have veterans, they just haven't been good. Next game, the Detroit Lions head to Chicago, play the Bears. Bears are a mess. Give me the Detroit Lions, who almost came back in that Packers game after going down 27-3 or something like that. Start of the 4 o'clock game, the Denver Broncos head to Tampa Bay to play Buccaneers. I got the Broncos all day. The defense is really good, and Simeon really showed a lot in that Cincinnati game, as he can be a guy who can throw the ball more often. This is what they were trying to do to work him into the game. Still going to be run heavy. C.J. Anderson, still his health is not very deep at the running back position. But I did like what I saw from Trevor Siemian. And the defense is going to go out there and make plays. And they did. Next game, the St. Louis Rams head to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Now, coming into this, I would never guess the Rams, of course, only 3 games in, would have a better record than the Cardinals. I'm still going to take the Cardinals. Because the Rams, it is a division game, and they do play up to their division outside. They got destroyed by the Niners, but I guess they play the Seahawks well. We'll have to see how will they play the Cardinals, but I'm going to take the Cardinals. Next game, the New Orleans Saints head to San Diego to play the Chargers. Tough one to pick. The big question is which teams can get a stop. I think the Chargers are more likely to get a stop, and their defense isn't great. The Saints' defense is worse. I'm going to take the Chargers. Could be a shootout, maybe. Next game, the Dallas Cowboys head to San Francisco to play the Niners. Dallas has a very favorable schedule. I do like the kid Dak Prescott, running quarterback. He's helped out a lot because the offensive line is really good. Let me check the injury report for the offense for the team. Dez Bryant, I'm assuming these are all probable. Knee, Tyron Smith, which is a big one. Doug Free. I'm still going to pick the Cowboys. Don't think the Niners. They have a veteran defense, but they still have Blaine Gabbert, who, outside of really last week, has played solid throughout the season. But still Blaine Gabbert. Can't expect him to play like that all season. I'm going to take the Cowboys in that one. It's amazing. The Cowboys do not lead the division. I think they're the Giants had a tiebreaker again. No. The Eagles, I'm sorry, are winning that division. And then they're on the bye. Next game, the Kansas City Chiefs is the Sunday night game. The Kansas City Chiefs head to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. The Steelers scored 3 fucking points. 3. With Ben Roethlisberger and the best receiver in football, and Antonio Brown. Still got DeAngelo Williams. Le'Veon Bell, I think, comes back till next week. This week. Anyways, I'm still going to pick the Steelers despite the awful showing that they had against the Eagles. Awful. Do I need to say awful again? Gave up 34 points. Scored 3. Wow. But I'm still going to pick them to win the Chiefs. To beat the Chiefs, I'm sorry. And the Monday night game, New York Giants head to Minnesota to play the 3-0 Vikings. That Vikings defense is mean. If you haven't seen my video about the Carolina Panthers Vikings game, that defense is legit. The pass rush is gonna give Eli fits. You just watch. They got some very underrated guys. Linval Joseph up in defensive tackle. Everson Griffin is one of the best pass rushers in football. No one knows who he is because he plays for the Vikings. Harrison Smith, the dude is fast at safety. No one knows who he is because he plays for the Vikings. Veteran players on that team, Chad Greenway, Terrence Newman, who had a pick last week. They got some veteran guys. They got some talented young guys. The defense is legit. The defensive coordinator has... There's a reason the last, I want to say, couple of years, they've shut down Aaron Rodgers. Scheme, personnel. The defense is good. Offensively, running game sucks. Offensive line does an okay job of pass blocking, which is probably where the Giants can beat the Vikings, is smother them defensively and probably get some turnovers. But if it's a lower scoring game, it's in the Vikings' favor. Vikings can't win a shootout. If it's a lower scoring game, it's in the Vikings' favor. Special teams, which is a huge thing. Special teams they scored a punt return touchdown last week. It has been really big for them. I'm gonna pick the Vikings in this one at home to beat the New York Giants. But that does it for this week. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Of course, your picks up to this week. What's your game of the week? I'm not gonna use the Carolina game. I'm gonna say the Vikings Giants Monday night game. That looks like it's gonna be really good. If I had to pick another one, I'll probably go with the Steelers Chiefs as the Sunday night game. So you have some really good games coming up. You have some division games. You have some teams who such as Chiefs, Steelers have the similar records. You got some talent teams, Giants. You want to see the Vikings test themselves against a better receiving core than what Carolina had. Let's be honest. Odell Beckham, who I don't like, but he's a good player, really good player. Victor Cruz, Shane Vereen. This Giants team is more geared towards passing, so we'll have to see the Vikings against that particular team. But that pretty much does it. Like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.